Good morning, everyone. You might have noticed I left a message in the chat box if anybody has any issues to do with hips and pelvis that they would like covered today, and also include any reflections or experiences you're having regarding these practices we're learning from Deane.
Or
So if
any
anybody
questions
wants
of the ground
any
we've covered
questions
so
you have.
far, need for
Great.
clarification on a maneuver, or just kind of,
Comments.
yes, just to kind of handle all those questions and observations, not only looking forward to today, but what's been up with your practice so far, building this little approach of movement and sensory awareness into your daily lives, making a habit out of this thing, because that's how it really works. You don't have to devote a lot of time at any given time. Just come out, get up out of that chair occasionally. Use these little shimmers and maneuvers to renew your wakefulness and body-mind wokeness. So, Saraswati or Casey, do we have any chat questions to address before we get going on today's material?
No questions yet. So if you want to just get started, I'll just keep an eye.
Okay. All right. Well, for today, I just wanted to show you a couple of things that a couple props that are going to be useful for me in my exploration today and would be useful for you. I have a thick pad. This could be a yoga block or two. It could be a thick book or two, but it's something to stand on with one foot so I can let the other leg dangle freely in space. You'll see what I mean, but a little something to stand on while you're doing the things that I'm doing. And in conjunction with that, I've also got a chair of one kind or another, because I want to be able to use the back of this chair for some balance support in conjunction with that block I'm standing on, to really explore some rippling, freeing, rotating movements of my leg, and having a way to dangle one leg as I move it in space, yeah, I think you'll find very useful. While I'm on that note, looking forward to next week when we'll be working with the spine, playing with the spine. I've got a couple things that I'll be using next week as well. If you have one of these handy dandy little units, I want to show you how I use it on my spine. And so if you don't have one, for heaven's sake, get one, not just for my sake. But this is one of my saviors, my most used tools to manage my own spine and issues, which I've got. And it would also be useful if you have one of these to include in your props next week, because we can use this to do a great deal of gentle opening, bending one way or another spinal movement. So looking forward to next week. I just suggest that you get those two items in your room with you, so you can, and if you don't have those things, perhaps you can find ways to extemporize, but I find those tools not expensive and so useful. All right.
Deane,
Good morning.
Deane,
Yes?
There's a question about what's the image of the roller? Maybe the size of the roller?
So given my hand width, it's approximately the width of my hand. And
What's
this is the
the-
best one I found. Let me give
Yeah.
you this on the screen too. So in your recording, you can find this particular one, Opto
The
rollers.
rollers.
You
Okay.
Google Opto rollers, they have a wide variety. But the thing I like about this one is it's not too soft and it's not too firm.
Can you read the size of it on there, or we can send it to people? We can't see it.
Yeah,
You-
the
You'd have
print.
to read it to us.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it says below, there's an 800 number, but I don't
Okay.
need
No
that.
good.
If
No
you
worries.
just, Google Opto roller,
Yep.
you'll get their warehouse, and it's the one that's about the thickness of, the circumference of my hand.
Okay.
Not hard, but a little cush, not too soft, but a little firmness. All right, well, I'm really looking forward to today because as a matter of fact, I've been having some fits and starts with my hips this last week or so. And I have a situation in my low back, which I continually have to attend to and keep loose and keep free, or it can really jam up on me. It's a congenital malformation of some of my lumbar vertebrae down there. So it doesn't go away, and daily maintenance is what keeps me perking along. So let us bring ourselves to our feet to begin with. See if I can find a balance where I've got a head and feet both. Not quite yet. There we go. All right, so as we're standing, once again, I want to just return to that little meditation. Of feeling the weight of my body transferring down through the bottom of my feet. Excuse me, I want to get a little blood flowing to my head here. If you get occasional dizziness, which a lot of people do, my doctor showed me this, and this is the quickest way getting my spine and my circulatory system and my torso horizontal so that there's a quicker feed of blood and oxygen back to my head. And yes, that handles it. So I am focusing my attention, bringing my conscious felt experience mind all the way down into my feet. And I want you to find the soles of those feet and really feel them. And I want to begin this soft sway of my body as I let the weight of my entire body sway over the foundation of my feet and feel the pressure patterns shifting and changing kaleidoscopically on my feet as my weight goes this way and that. This is one of the most important streams of sensory information that our body sends to us to keep this impossible building, this bipedal structure, stable in space. There are just many pressure sensitive corpuscles inserted in the pads, the soles of my feet, and that fatty tissue. And every time I shift my weight, the message to the mind, both conscious and unconscious, is sending the message of, oh, my weight's over here. Oh, my weight's back towards my heels. Oh, my weight's over there. And that shifting pattern of pressure on the bottom of the feet is fed all the way up the spinal column to the brain. And this is a great deal of the massive information that keeps my brain informed of where I am